Hello, great people. Welcome back to our channel. We are so excited to have you again. The Arewa Consultative Forum, a well recognized group in the northern part of Nigeria, have decided to react over the pending issue between the Emirate of Kano and AP's airline, which is owned by Onyema. And if you have heard the details that triggered the fracas between the two parties, talking about the Emirate, that's Emir of Kano, and the airline, that's Peace A airline, you will be so shocked that based on some of the statement we've heard from the chief of protocol, this may spiral to something unthinkable. That's why the AYCF, that's Arewa Youth Consultative Forum, have decided to react over it. Now the big question is what happened. What actually happened was that according to the chief of protocol of the emir, there was delay in flight, which resulted to Emir not getting to his destination on time. And by the time he got to the destination, I think which was Lagos, which was Lagos, they were also, he now requested APs to please delay the flight for them to come and meet up with, the schedule, But unfortunately, according to him, he said they refused to delay it, and right now he is giving an ultimatum of 72 hours for APs to tender an apology to the emir, first in a national daily, and secondly to come down in person to the emir. That he wouldn't, according to the chief of protocol, he said that we would not hesitate to go extra mile to correct these the misnomer, that the action of APs is sentimental and unprofessional, and we can go any length to defend and protect any act of insensitivity against our prestigious traditional institution. That the insult is not a heap on the Emir Island, but on the good people of Kano, and folding our hands on these could trigger something worse and more ridiculous. That was what he said. But based on the antecedent of APs, the Arewa Consultative Forum, that's Arewa Youth Consultative Forum, have decided to react. And you get to hear exactly what he has to say. But before we give you full details of this, please do well to click on the red subscribe button and also the bell icon so that you can get notification anytime we publish. The Arewa Youth Consultative Forum, KYCF, on Sunday urged prominent Nigerians to intervene in the misunderstanding between the Kano Emirate and the management of APs. Recall that Isa Bayero, a cousin to the Emir of Kano, Aminu Ado Bayero, has urged the Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority (NCAA) to punish APs for failing to delay a flight for the monarch. Bayero, in a letter of complaint, has described the action of APs as disrespectful. Responding, the airline maintained that it never disrespected the monarch. APs explained that it tried to protect the monarch's name by refusing to delay the flight. However, the national president of AYCF, Shettima, urged prominent Nigerians to intervene in the misunderstanding for peace to reign once and for all. In a statement he signed, Shettima noted that it is worrisome that a viable solution to the ongoing misunderstanding seems far away because elders in the country are yet to either pay attention to them or make a move in the interest of peace. Shettima expressed surprise that AP's chairman Alain Onyema is being associated with disrespecting the Emir of Kano because the Onyema I know has never ever been linked to disrespect for monarchs in the north, much less the Emir of Kano. He explained that Onyema has made business sacrifices evacuating Nigerians from troubled spots around the world, with the most recent being that of South Africa xenophobic attack, and we hope this matter will not obliterate such sacrifices. Turning to the favor of delayed flight, the AYCF leader gave an instance of what happened 2 years ago when I humbly asked the AP's chairman to delay a flight for us in the entourage of Chairman Northern Elders Forum Professor Ango Abdullahi, the CNG chairman, Board of Trustee Nastura Asha Sharif, and he promptly did. I can recall vividly that we were traveling by road from Ibadan to Lagos in order to catch the AP's flight for our return to Abuja that time. And he did that favor by delaying the flight for over an hour, notwithstanding I am not a referred monarch like His Royal Highness, the current Emir of Kano, and the peace chairman later told me why he did that favor. He said he delayed flights because you and Ango Abdullahi were doing peace schedules around Nigeria to dose certain tension, and you were about missing another important peace schedule in Abuja if that flight was not delayed. That Onyema said that he would do anything for peace to reign in the country, hence he delayed the flight. So we just hope this matter does not get out of hand or create wrong impression that the PCA chairman was being needlessly intimidated by the Emirate Director of Protocol. As a group, the AYCF holds the Emir of Kano in very high esteem, and it is well known that if anyone had ever tried to belittle any Emir in the north, we would be the first to fire back, and that is why we are disturbed that our dear Emirate and peace a matter has become protracted. The AYCF national president urged prominent Nigerians to intervene very quickly in the interest of peace. We don't want our beloved Kano, the financial nerve center of the north, to have a lesser number of commercial airlines flying the state. Tactical diplomacy is required in ending the worrisome problem, and prominent Nigerians are best suited to handle these important matters involving two important pillars of Kano's economic growth: a royal father whose blessing is needed to move Kano forward, and the PCA which is providing vital business services for the state. This is another big issue that must be promptly looked into so that it will not generate some unnecessary tension. I'm telling you, some unnecessary tension. And I feel at this point that it should be coming from the protocol of the Emirate. Emirate, that's Emir of Kano, is a respected position among the traditional rulers in the northern part of the country. But be that as it may, we have to also understand that the people concerned are businessmen, and they have been proved everywhere. There have been reasonable proofs everywhere that this guy has been doing more than what he's been accused of, where he had to stake his neck at very difficult times to save Nigeria. And I feel that it's not right for issues to come out right now, and whoever that is trying to trigger this must stop at once so that peace can reign again in the country, at least between the AP's man who is an Igbo man and also the Kano Emirate. We are going to look at what Nigerians are saying in respect to this. Now, before we consider the response of Nigeria, most people do not know the genesis of this issue, and it's needful that we talk about it. And it has to do, first of all, I just saw it that Issa Bayelo, who is called Issa Pilot, and who is the chief protocol officer of the Emir of Kano, first of all, had given AP's man, Airline, a 72-hour ultimatum to offer an apology for allegedly disrespecting the Emir, that's Aminu Ado Bayero, and causing a delay in his flight. And the big question is that what happened? And according to what he said, the chief protocol said that APs kind of delayed their Banjo to Lagos flight by over an hour and then refused to allow the entourage of the Emir to board their connecting flight to Kano. He said that the entourage had arrived in Lagos 30 minutes before departure time. The petition claimed that Mr. Bayero called AP's chairman, Onyema, to request him to delay the airline morning flight to Kano because of the Banjo incident. He flatly, according to him, he said he flatly refused and avowed that he would not do that. I personally took this as an insult and a flagrant show of disrespect to His Highness and the Kano people at large. That was what Bayero, wrote. And this issue is something that must be personally dealt with immediately before it will, trigger more terrible things. Because I know that very, very soon, maybe via the instrumentation of the Emirate, they might stop the flight of APs to Kano. And I feel also that on the part of the AP's man, he should carry out detailed investigation into it. And if it requires him apologizing, considering the fact that these are traditional rulers and they don't play with respect, and if it revolves around respect, and then something must be done about it, speedily. If you have to apologize to him, apologize to him. But then we have to understand that they are official entities. Whatever interest you are representing must not also clash with the business interests of the company in charge. And that's why also I feel at this point that some important personality needs to talk to quell this crisis as soon as possible. Because if we don't quell this crisis before, from the spread respecting the emir, it will trigger another thing. And who knows what will become of it in the nearest future. And let's do something spirited about it. Let's look at what Nigerians have to say about it. This one says here, please, this should not trigger wahala between the Ndibos and the Hausa people. We are tired of problem. Another person here says, little things like this should be handled speedily before it spiral into anger that will end up affecting the entirety of Nigerians. You've heard what Nigerians have said. I'd like to leave it there. Go to our comment section. What's your position